What's going on, everybody? Jason here, and today we're just gonna go try to see what kind of JDM car shenanigans we can get into. I'm gonna cruise around a little bit at Sunday morning, and if there's anything cool along the way, which there always is, I'll stop and we'll check it out, so stay tuned. So actually, I was thinking we'll do a little tour of my neighborhood to start it off. So some friends and I that actually live in here, we dub it JDMville because the amount of JDM vehicles, JDM legends that are in such a condensed little area. This is off-base housing, however it is pretty close to the base, so as you can see, a lot of the cars have Yankee plates on them, Y plates, so there are a lot of Americans that do live here. And it looks like a Honda Integra Type R. You don't see a lot of German cars out here. It's a nice TT. So my wife, she actually wanted to move into one of these, but I don't like the way they have to park, so everybody gets technically one lane where you can fit two cars, and the beach is on the other side, and they do have a better view, but for me, I wanted a more enclosed garage for my originally my GTR when I got it. And here's an old Mitsubishi Jeep. I think these are pretty cool. You see a few of these around. There's the old Celica, and it looks like R34 GTST. It looks like a Silvia S14. And then we'll turn down my street. So a lot of these have closed garages. I'm not going to say exactly what garage has what car, but there's the Evo. And then a few doors down, there's a nice Subaru WRX. But a lot of these garages that have roll-up garage doors, they do have nice cars in there. There's a 33 WRX. Here's a nice white GTR. Integra. There's a Subaru Forester down there. This is pretty cool right here. The Nissan Stagea. For those that don't know, maybe my US watchers, these actually have RB26s in them, so they have a GTR engine, and I think they're on R33 chassis, so they're pretty cool. There's a Mark III Supra. It's a 33 GTR. It's a 34 Silvia Evo. So as you can see, just in me driving up and down a few streets, there's a whole bunch of JDM cars out here, and you guys only probably saw half of them, but I see everybody driving home and leaving. So we're gonna cruise around now and see what we can find, so hang tight. All right guys, I'm back here at Dream Run. You guys might remember Dream Run from a previous video, and they had this Evo 5, which is still out here. They're asking 1,150,000 yen. I don't know if the price changed. I'm gonna apologize for the wind noise too. There's a little bit of a tropical storm. So I wanted to check out this Toyota Mark II. They are asking 1,590,000 yen, which comes out to about 14,000 right now with the exchange rate. The US dollar is on our side. And we'll check it out and see what the deal is. As you can see though, the hood right off the bat, the hood really doesn't line up too much. The interior seems pretty clean. It is manual. Overall, the body's in pretty good shape from what I can see. The paint looks good. It's got a cat back on there. Some aftermarket wheels. The tires seem to be in really good shape. Here's another Mark II in the back. This one seems a little bit older. They're asking 890,000 yen, about $8,000. This one does have looks like stock wheels. It is manual though, but I don't know if this has And I know a lot of you always give me some heat for not featuring the Toyota Crown Athletes, but here's a real clean one. I know last time I was here, the H3 Hummer was out here, this Delica was out here, but I can't remember if the Land Cruiser was or not, so we'll get a feature. I know some of you have been asking me to see some SUVs and trucks out here. They're asking 1,250,000 yen, which is about $11,000. But it looks like it's in really good shape. It is automatic. I don't know if it's a deal breaker for some of you guys. But overall, really nice vehicle. Not a bad price. And I really don't see too much back here. And one last shot of that Evo. Not a big fan on the rear of this. I don't really like that bumper or those tail lights. That's just me. But I'm going to head back to the car and cruise around and see what else we can find. Real quick, it looks like a scooter graveyard over here. I won't be featuring that. Thought I'd show you guys. It looks pretty intense. Alright, so we're back here at AK Sport Auto Brokers. You guys might remember these Jeep Wranglers from a previous video. They are still out here. I think it was cars for sale in Japan, maybe 2. If you guys want to go check that video out, I'll post a link below. I'm not going to talk too much about them. And this Honda Civic was back here as well. But they do have some other vehicles. I do like these Suzuki Jimnys. They are K cars, I believe, so I think they have 600cc engines or 660cc. Yep, 660. And they are turbocharged, and they do have a little top mount intercooler. So for those coming to Japan that aren't really into the whole, sports car scene, if you will, and your heart is elsewhere into off-road vehicles, and maybe you don't want to get a Jeep Wrangler and you want to try something different out here that's still cool and it's still Japanese JDM, if you will, these are definitely a good option for you. I have seen a few of these driving around. Some folks put blow-off valves on them, and you can hear the little turbo spool and hear that infamous blow-off valve sound, which I think is kind of special. Some are rocking like a sports car catback exhaust. So cool little cars. And then this is new. I've said it before, I'm a big fan of RX-7, especially the FDs. My buddy actually just ordered one, and he should be picking it up next week, so I'll be going with him, and I'll definitely get some coverage of his RX-7. It's getting shipped from mainland. But here is a silver FD. It does have some inky wheels, carbon fiber hood, but look at the carbon fiber. It's completely shot, completely faded. I don't know if you can save that or not. Hood pins are a little rusted, but it does have an aftermarket front bumper. It's got the front quarter panel. It's got a little diffuser in the back. Looks like it does have some coilovers. Could be lowered a little bit. It's a lot of wheel gap. Nice big carbon fiber spoiler. But look at that wheel gap. I could probably put my whole head in there. And the tires are a little bald. I have ran these tires in the past too on previous vehicles. Not here, back when I was in Guam, and they're pretty good. The Federal 595s. Interior looks pretty clean. And I see a for sale sign over there. It is a 95 with 84,000 kilometers for $14,000. So it'll be eligible for import back to the States in 2020. And pretty low miles, but we all know how FDs are. It could be time for an engine rebuild if it hasn't been done so already. But there's some masking tape around the rearview mirror. Looks like they're getting it prepped up before they actually get it sold. 14,000, I don't know, it sounds like a lot for this car. My buddy just got one mainland, and I think he paid 13 for his, and it looks pretty straight. We'll see when it gets here, but I think it had lower miles and it wasn't rusted and didn't have masking tape on it. Here's a nice Fairlady Z. I don't see a whole lot of these with aftermarket parts on it, so it's kind of nice. It's got the big old front splitter on it. It's got some aftermarket wheels. It's got the Fairlady stitching in the seats. It is a 6-speed. That's a nice little carbon fiber trim right there on the gauge cluster. It's got an aftermarket spoiler. Nismo badging. It's got some pretty neat little carbon fiber spats right here. Not a bad looking car. Not a bad looking car. Now the window tin's bubbling a little bit. Little antenna's rusted. But these do look like official Nismo. I don't see any prices on it, so I'm not sure if it's for sale or if it's been sold. Nonetheless, cool Z car. I featured this Levin in the previous video if you want to check that out. You guys enlightened me on this car a little bit, gave me a little bit of knowledge. I recall somebody saying it's supercharged. And what else is new? Here is a Honda Accord. We'll check it out. I know there's some Honda fans out there. It is manual. I do see a paper down here. It looks like they're asking $3,600. It's got 133,000 kilometers, and it's a 2000. It looks like a 2005. And it says Honda Accord Type R. I don't know if they made a Type R Accord or if that's just a Type R badge. Maybe somebody can comment below and let me know. And here's another Suzuki Jimny. This one's got a burnt orange paint job. Looks pretty clean, looks pretty fresh. It's got leather on the inside. This one's actually really clean on the inside. Alright, nothing to see over here. No, I'm kidding. Alright, we'll get the Supra in here. So to give you guys an idea of how much Supras are going for in Japan right now, this is a 1994 Supra SZ, meaning non-turbo, with 137,000 kilometers, and they're asking $14,500. $14,500. And I see an alternator on the floor. It's not usually a good sign. $14,500 for a non-turbo Supra. And it definitely has some body work done on it. You guys can see right here. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. It looks like it's maybe been repainted, as you can see around the door handle. Then it is bubbling right here. I don't know if I'd spend $14,500 on a Supra. If I was going to buy a Supra, it'd have to be a twin turbo, have to be an RZ model. And right now the prices on those are skyrocketing. But if you're just a diehard Supra fan and you know a RZ is out of the budget, you know these are definitely an option. But I know these were going for a lot less money a few years ago. It does have a cat back on it. Let me know in the comments below if you guys think $14,500 is a little much for a SZ Supra, because I know it costs a whole lot of money to do a GTE swap on these. Alright, we're gonna move along. This looks like a S14 Silvia with a pretty wild body kit on it. Looks like something out of Midnight Club. It's like triple projector headlights. It's got like a little LED thing over here. Looks a little beat, but it does have an intercooler, so I'm pretty sure this has the S14 in it, which is a awesome engine, as we all know. It's got some drilled rotors, some aftermarket wheels. Looks like full body kit, aftermarket mirrors. It's got some aftermarket seats, which are fading a little bit. It's got the Momo shift knob. Some red accents on the inside. It's not my cup of tea, but I know there's a huge following for the S chassis out there. It does have a rear cage. Those taillights are interesting. I'm used to seeing the, you know, the infamous S14 240SX taillights going across the back, but this one's got obviously the trunk dipping down. Check out the exhaust on this. It's definitely different. It's definitely a different looking S14. Looks like it belongs in the next Fast and Furious movie. But I think that's going to do it for AK. We're going to head back to the car and see if there's anything else. And we'll pick back up. Alright, so we're making another stop here at Moto Garage. They don't have a very big lot, but they do have this right here. This is an old TVR. I don't know the model on it because I'm not too familiar with TVRs. I have driven one of these in Gran Turismo before, and I remember they were pretty quick. So we're going to check out the details on this. So it looks like it's a 2006. It's a 4-liter. It's got 45,000 kilometers, super low miles, and it looks like they're asking 3,290,000 yen, which with today's current exchange rate comes out to about $30,000. I know these are British cars, rear-wheel drive, and that's all I pretty much know about them. I know they had one called like a Celebra or something like that that was really fast in the video game. Oh, Subrera. Maybe that's what this is called. Maybe this is the one I'm talking about. Remember, it's starting with a C. So the interior on this isn't the most appealing, in my personal opinion. It is a 2006. And I don't know, it looks kind of tacky. It looks like they're going for like a luxury sports car look with the tan leather, the tan and black accents. I mean, it's a very sleek looking car. I do like the bodywork on it. It does have the drilled rotors. Some big old brakes on there. It is running 255s in the rear. It is a GT car, so it does have 4 seats. I kind of like the GTR. There are little bucket seats in the back, not a whole lot of room, so don't expect to go on a family road trip in this car. It's kind of interesting. So you can see the gauges right below the steering wheel. Looks like you got the fuel gauge and a clock and a little AC vent right there. That's kind of cool. And it says 300 clicks on the speedometer, red line at 8,000 RPMs. I just don't know how I feel about that center console, that big old piece of leather running across it. And it's cracking. I don't know how much these cars are worth. Maybe somebody in the comments below. I know I have some viewers from the UK. You guys might be able to tell me more about this car. It's one of the perks of having this channel. It does have the dual exhaust. I don't know though, there's just something about this car. Like that badging right there. It just looks cheap to me. It looks like somebody just made it at their house. There's nothing really like sexy about it. Subrera, 6-speed. I guess the shape of it. I don't know. It's just me. Maybe some of you guys agree with me. It is a pretty car. It is a pretty car, but I feel like they could have just gone with something slightly different on the interior. Maybe stick with all black or maybe some Alcantara accents. I got some things right and just a few things are off, but $30,000 you can have this TVR Subrera 6-speed right here. Alright, moving along. Looks like we got old 3 Series. It's a 328. But the interior is looking a little beat. I don't see a for sale sign, so maybe they're getting prepped up, but it looks like it's been sitting out here for a while. This looks like an old Toyota Crown. I don't really see too much. It looks like they're asking about $10,000 for it. Not in the best shape either. I don't know what these go for. This is kind of cool though. What is this? Little Suzuki, little K car. It's got a nice carbon fiber hood on it. Most of the carbon fiber hoods I've seen on the used cars out here have just been peeling, fading away. It does have Recaro seats. It looks like an Evo seat from an Evo 6. I might need that, bro. Manual. It's got some gauges in there. I think this is a Suzuki Alto, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. But it is the works model. So it's got this nice little spoiler right here. Pretty sure that adds like 30 horsepower. It's a little double decker. You got one up here, one down here, just in case one's not enough downforce. Pretty sure if you were to combine the two, it would look nice, but none of my business, Suzuki. It's got some raised wheels on it. RSZ twin cam turbo. I don't see any information on it though, so I don't know what the deal is on this car. But kind of cool. Top mount intercooler, carbon fiber hood. Alright, moving along. There's a Chaser back here. I know a lot of Chaser fans out there. I'm gonna take a stab at it because I'm always jacking up the these Toyota models. I'm gonna say this is a JZX 100. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to learn. I just can't wrap my head around all the numbers and the Tour V and Chaser Mark II. I don't know, but it's automatic. But they are asking $1,800,000. I don't know if that's right. That sounds like a lot for this car. Unless it's 180,000 yen, but that doesn't sound right either. Because 180,000 yen would be like 1,500 bucks. But 1,800,000 yen would be like $16,000. So I'm not sure. Like this one here is 260,000 yen guaranteed. I know they're not asking 25K for that. But I think that's gonna do it for Moto Garage. So not a whole lot of cars, like I said, but I did want to check out that TVR. So I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite car was and why. And stay tuned for more JDM content. I'm going to have more cars for sale videos. I'm going to just continue this series for the next few years, honestly. Whenever I see cool cars, I'm going to stop, get them, share them with you guys. So don't worry, this isn't going away. But yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next video.